Hey guys, it's Dave here. I'm back at the store, ready for another Sunday. It's going to be a great day. I've got a lot of client orders to pull aside, and I have all of this to put in the store. We acquired a really nice collection last week. I actually posted a video about it on Saturday. A lot of really good stuff in there, a lot of good Nintendo, Super Nintendo, some really nice Genesis. So I'll be putting that on the display case soon and showing you all those pictures. But for now, time to get the client orders ready. So I have all the client orders pulled. First order is a GBA SP. I have a couple in stock, so I'll be sending pictures of those. Next client order is Gargoyles and the Death and Return of Superman. Two really obscure games, one for the Super Nintendo and one for the Sega Genesis. Next, a copy of Pokemon Blue with a new battery, which is awesome. Somebody had asked about Metal Gear Solid. Unfortunately, we don't have a copy of that game, but we do have the VR missions, so I'll message them to see if they'd like this game. Somebody had inquired about this game as well. They'd like us to send pictures of the box and cart. It's in really beautiful condition. We got this traded in 2 weeks ago. It's absolutely gorgeous, and in my opinion, one of the best boxes on the NES. And finally, last client order. So somebody had asked to put aside Shadow of the Ninja. They'll be picking that up today, and they'd also asked if we had a top loader in stock, and we actually do have one. This one also comes with the dog bone controller. As always, I'll be putting the restock away shortly. We sold a lot of NES the past 2 weeks. Alright, so we have some really nice games hitting the shelves this morning. This was a collection pickup that I did last Thursday. So much good stuff in here. So I'm going to go right to the Super Nintendo. So many games that we've never had before. SWAT Cats, Oscar, Realm, Super Valis 4 we haven't had in a while either. Super Bonk, Wacky Sports Challenge. Just so many obscure games for a really good system. Nosferatu there. We got some really good NES as well. Batman Returns is not a game you see too often. We actually sold a copy of Balloon Fight last week, so it's great to get another copy in stock. A few commons in here, but also some really interesting ones, some really unique ones. Pinball Quest is actually a really good game for the NES. Pickle Cubicle, Mario Brothers. We got a few N64 games traded in. Turok games, Battle for Naboo. Some more Genesis, some really good games in here as well. A lot of obscure stuff and games that we just don't get too often. A really nice trade-in from somebody who's been sort of slowly selling us his collection over the past 6 months. Thanks a lot, Mike. We really appreciate it. We're going to give your games a really good home. If you haven't done so already, please like the video and subscribe. We have new content coming out every week. You don't want to miss anything. One of the things I'll have to do today is find space in the display case for all of the new Super Nintendo and NES that we got in. What I was thinking was that I would remove the row of Genesis, and unfortunately it looks like I'm going to have to put the N64 back into 4 rows. I just put them into 5 rows last week. I think they look really good like this, but unfortunately it looks like I'm going to have to make at least one more row in here in order to fit the new collection. All right, so we got a really nice trade here. We got some Sega Genesis traded in. Most of the games are CIB, and there's some really good ones in here. We have Shinobi 3, which is an excellent game. I'm not sure if I still prefer the original, but it's a great game, and it's CIB. Power Rangers, X-Men 2, Triple Score, which I have to be honest with you, I've never seen complete in the box. It's not an expensive game at all, but it's always loose, and I swear it's the first time I've ever seen it in the box. Got Earthworm Jim, Young Indiana Jones, Aladdin, this F-117 game, never seen that one before either, X-Men, and of course Codemaster, Conquering Sega Genesis Games by Jeff Rovin. You also got your system over here with Sonic 2 and a couple of controllers. So we sold the Ganondorf Wii U bundle with the statue and game. The game was actually sealed. It went to one of our regulars. It was the last item he needed for his collection. He took a picture. He was super happy to get it. I was super happy for him as well. It's always nice to complete your set. So congratulations. All right, so we had a few more trades come in over the past hour. Some nice Switch games in here. Valfaris, Metroid Dread, Super Mario Party. Always good to get those. Some Pokemon games for the 3DS. Transformers War for Cybertron. Tales of Arise, Punch-Out, which is always popular, and then a couple of Wii U games, definitely on the harder to find obscure end. So some of our complete set collectors will be looking to get those, I would imagine. And then Phantasy Star and a Game Boy Pocket. So good news, I was able to fit everything into the display case without having to sacrifice any of the game rows. So basically for the NES, I was able to get everything in right to the back there. And same with the Genesis. I did have to move a few of the $40 games to the shelf. N64 still has 5 rows, and then the Super Nintendo is ridiculously jam-packed. I only had to move 2 or 3 games out of here to put on the shelf. I think a few weeks ago I said that this thing was jam-packed, but right now it is super jam-packed. Hey guys, so I have to show you this, okay? When you own a game store, you get a lot of weird stuff traded in sometimes. This got traded in today. This was made. This was made. So we have a couple of guitars going back into the store. Both of these were fixed by our repair guy, Peter. He does such a great job. It's always good to get more guitars in stock. Thanks, Peter. All right, so it's about 1 o'clock. Sales have been pretty good. We've had a lot of trades come in. I had a few more come in that I wasn't able to film and talk over because I had a bunch of clients here. Yeah, it's going pretty well. So got another trade over here, a few N64 games and a couple of 3DS games and a Switch game. We also got an N64 console with a controller. All right, guys, so I have 2 questions for you. Number 1, what are you liking about the videos and what do you want us to keep doing? Number 2, what is something you would like us to start doing in the videos? Maybe a question you have. Let us know. These videos are very new. I've been making them for about 2 months now. I'm really enjoying it, but I'm always looking for feedback. So let me know in the comments down below. Thanks. All right, so I'm gonna test out some of the controllers that I got in earlier for the Sega Genesis. I'm gonna play the game Shinobi 3. Should mention too, I haven't played this game in at least a couple of years. Seems to be working well. Nice. All right, I've got one more controller that I'd like to test. All right, this one works too. Sweet. All right, guys, so I'm closed up. It was a pretty good day. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.